Hey Japanese horror fans, welcome back to another episode of Swan's Japanese Horror Reviews. This week we've got the tongue-in-cheek zombie film from 2001, Stacy. The plot of Stacy is fairly campy. It tells the story where these schoolgirls are suddenly dropping dead and coming back to life as zombies. So the government installs the Romero task force to wipe them out. The movie does not take itself seriously at all, and that's kind of the charm of the film. If you're looking for an over-the-top zombie film, then this is your pick. It's got a lot of gory moments, but the gore, like is seen in Ichi the Killer, for example, is so over-the-top it mostly comes across as humorous, but certainly it is intense in some moments. Despite having some hilarious and over-the-top gore scenes, Stacy unfortunately suffers from some bad pacing problems. This is one of my major complaints with this film, is that if you're going into this expecting a very gory, very action-based film, maybe in the same vein as Versus, if you're familiar with that film, you'd be sadly mistaken. While, as I've said, there's quite a few gore scenes, there's also quite a few moments where it just slows to a snail's pace, and we're taken out of the action and we're given these really long and drawn-out shots, and it's quite unfortunate because you really want to get back into the cheesy special effects and the over-the-top acting. It should come to no surprise that the film Stacy had a pretty low budget, but this actually adds to the campy nature of the title, and I think it works for it. Fans of horror movies in general will probably get a kick out of some of the references, obviously the Romero Task Force being named after George A. Romero of the Night of the Living Dead fame, and there's even some Evil Dead references in there as well with the chainsaws and such. So that was definitely a treat to see, and I found that quite nice. The DVD of Stacy comes to us from Synapse Films. You might recall that studio as they also brought over the Horrors of Malformed Men to the Region 1 market. But unfortunately, Stacy, an earlier release from them, lacks all of the extras that the Horrors of Malformed Men had. The only extra on the disc is the theatrical trailer. Presentation-wise, everything looks and sounds pretty good, but it would have been nice to see some behind-the-scenes footage on how they got some of the special effects done. So, missed opportunity. At the end of the day, I think Stacy actually is a movie that I would recommend to others. It's not perfect, and it's certainly not a big blockbuster film, but it's fun, it's campy, doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's a film where mad scientists, soldiers, and Japanese schoolgirls all come together. So, I thought it was interesting how they took the very iconic Japanese schoolgirl and turned it into a campy zombie film. So, certainly it was unlike anything I had ever seen. So for that, I think it succeeds. So yeah, Stacy, definitely a strange film, some very funny moments, some very over-the-top violence, and one that you might want to look out for if you're in the mood for that kind of thing. Well, that's all from me for today, so as always, we will see you next time.
One day, all the girls just came back as zombies. No one could explain it. No one understood. That's just how it happened.
Da-da-da-da-da, we are alive. But then one day... brains. Oh. Stay back, zombies. Stay back. No!